You don't fear death. You welcome it. Your punishment must be more severe.
Torture.
Yes. But not of your body. Of your soul.
About suicide was kind of dumb to me. Like the idea is like, if I want to kill myself, I will. It's not hard to die. I could do it like right now. But like number two,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, no, but that's real. Like you gotta be honest. Like why is everybody pretending like everything's okay? Everything's not okay.
Strong-minded people are placed into a secret government program to target them in a slow, deliberate way to attempt to break them down mentally and physically. You ever wonder why people who you may come to know as strong, caring, loving people who tend to bring other people together, commit suicide or suddenly pass away and are taken away from you? This is it. And why? Because there are deeply troubled groups of people within our society who operate from a need to validate themselves through force and domination. They are compelled to do so, to the point of creating competition, even when the person they see as a rival has no idea it exists or they exist. Their aim and agenda is to destabilize a country with its people from the inside out. And the first step is eliminating those strong enough to resist.
Did you catch him?
Yes.
How?
We burned the forest down.
So what do? They attack your central nervous system. Why? Because a sound mind means you're spiritually centered, aligned, and in tune. And those who lack that grounding often reject it. You can't teach what you don't embody, and you resent deeply what reminds you of that absence. So they gotta disrupt your nervous system to cause an imbalance, thus making you unbalanced. And those of us who have endured for a long time, where their abuse created cracks within us, it can begin to reveal itself in the smallest ways.
Guns are too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions.
A subtle micro-expression, a twitch, a muscle spasm.
Some reason, whenever I do shit like that, even the most stubborn assholes.
You see, you have a lot of people who are walking around in position of power, with unchecked power, that have serious mental health issues that require immediate attention. But nobody bats an eye or asks why they act this way. The truth is, everyone has lost their sense of reason, and such madness is encouraged. It's as if the bigger the mental problem you or your children have, the greater the reward you receive. The TI don't have the same problems as everyone else, not even close. So what do they do to balance that out? They create the problems, and they choose our nerves as the way to do it. Because you're strong and they're not. They can't confront you directly, so they attack you from a distance, inconspicuously, indirectly, in ways they can deny. Plausible, of course. They don't play by the rules. They just hide behind them. When someone feels small internally, they don't always strike physically. They provoke emotionally. They try to disturb your nervous system. If they can't overpower you externally, they try to unbalance you internally. You gotta understand, people who aren't grounded in themselves don't always confront strength head on. They don't challenge it openly. Instead, they group together, they test it indirectly, they provoke, they agitate, they press on your nerves.
The median nerve that I'm compressing.
The phrase getting on your nerves isn't just a saying, it's literal. They have the technology. When your nerves are agitated, your body shifts into stress. Your thoughts change, your breathing change, your emotional state changes. And once your internal rhythm is off, your center feels lost. Not because your spirit moved, but because your system was shaken. The real game is about impulses and reaction. If If your nervous system stays calm and steady, the pressure has nowhere to land. If you stay regulated, their indirect attempts collapse under their own weight. Strength isn't proven by fighting every irritation. It's proven by refusing to be moved by it. What are nerves exactly? Electrical signals, known as potential actions, which travel through the nerves to transmit information rapidly throughout the body. These impulses caused by the movements allow for communication between the brain, spinal cord, and body. As a TI, they bombard our nerves from every angle, overwhelming them and breaking down our nervous system. Physically, you may appear untouched, no bruises, no scars. But when your nerve is under constant attack, it reacts as if the body itself has been harmed. This is how they try to program us strong-minded people, because we don't live in fear. Their usual attacks are useless. But if they can disrupt our nerves, override our instinct, replace natural reactions, and essentially embed fear into our system, then even the smallest things trigger it. Everyday noises, stumps, slams, drops, vibrations, or just taking a few steps can make your heart race or your body sweat uncontrollably. It's all induced symptoms. That's why once they know they got not your attention, but your nerves' attention, they can then do little things to get your attention, because your nerves make up you. They try to replace your courage with fear of them, even when they know you don't fear them or even care about what they are doing. They have to force it into your system for it to matter. Just like spells or any ritual, if you don't believe in it, it has no power over you. So a lot of what they do is repetition, reinforcing, and switching of the impulses. The switching is something you have to experience firsthand. Words alone can't capture it. Here's what you need to understand. The natural reflex when someone pretends to hit you, the flinch, you can feel it instantly. They can hijack that reflex and attach it to an actual assault. They can even take the trigger and paste it onto something harmless, like a cough. Suddenly, the sound of someone coughing can make your nerves react as if they just swung at you, and you feel the urge to strike back. It's hard not to notice the stories. A minor inconvenience, getting cut off in traffic, losing a parking space, a wrong food order, a look that feels disrespectful, and suddenly it escalates into something extreme. Someone get killed. They're playing with people's impulses. What's really going on in many of these situations isn't the small trigger itself, it's pressure. Think of these electromagnetic frequencies as creating buttons and applying function. They can make just about anyone do anything if you understand what to press. They can manipulate even someone who cares about you and has your best interests at heart, pressing their buttons in ways until they forget who you are, and suddenly they no longer care. This is some deep shit. This is why if people around you had to choose between you and themselves, they'd choose themselves and act like you never existed, because the experience is too traumatizing to face. So it's not a reach to say that people who join this program decides to abandon everything that was good about themselves. You know why even those who claim to believe in God but decide to participate in this program can look you dead in your eyes and tell you God is good to them, all while insisting that what they're doing is right? The reason they are able to do that and get away with it is because the program gave them a false sense. And when you lose any sense, what is that similar to? Dying. So the program has their life in their hands. Because since they gave them everything to see, to do, to eat, and to hear, If you take away that false sense, which is really the illusion of power, stability, and authority, it's like waking them up from the Matrix. It's similar to when Neo immediately had his awakening in the Matrix. Neo exhibited extreme denial, and Morpheus had to apologize because they have a rule where they don't awaken a person after a certain age. The truth will literally destroy them, so they guard their lives with their life. This reaction comes from the psychological shock of having one's reality shattered. People often prefer comfortable lies over a harsh, unfamiliar truth. Comfortability can be good and pleasant, but very deceptive and devastating at the same time. In World War I, they discovered soldiers experiencing shell shock, once thought to be a physical injury to the brain or nervous system caused by exploding shells, highlighting how trauma to the nervous system can overwhelm and override the mind and body at will. It was later realized that soldiers who were never directly exposed to the exploding rounds also exhibited identical symptoms and psychological breakdowns. This is the effect truth can have on someone trapped in the illusion. If they were to truly wake up, it could shatter them, destroy who they thought they were, what they thought to know. So when the powers that be see you going around telling people the raw, unfiltered truth, it's not only giving you the same power that they possess, but it will also be destroying the persona that they took long to build, similar to this. And they can do this to us also, because they have conditioned our nervous system to anticipate them. Oftentimes when the tactic happens, we be stuck in the dissociative state, like a deer in headlights. The attack on the nervous system is supposed to mimic shock therapy treatment.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Electric shock therapy wasn't used for making a person better. It was punishment for not falling in line and not following the norms of society. This is why gangstalking is oftentimes a shocking experience no one wants to experience. But they use us as the example for everyone else. But we still rise and overcome, and that really make them mad.
How about it, you creeps, you lunatics, mental defectives? Let's hear it for Bull Goose Randall back in action. Nice shirt, Chesaroo. Look at the faces on you. Look at you. The Phoebes Brigade, you ginglings. The Mental Defective League in formation.